and today I'm speaking to you about Saturn through the 12 signs of the zodiac. So, what do you think Saturn stands for in your natal chart? Saturn is where you will find your greatest challenges that will appear for you. It is also at the end of solving all that, you will realize it is also your greatest boon. Saturn is your greatest ally, whether you know it or not, and you will probably not ally, whether you know it or not, and you will probably not know about it till you are in your 40s, or at least till you're in your 30s, because the first time Saturn really touches you is when you're 29 years old, 29, 28, 29, 30, and you have your first Saturn return. That is when transiting Saturn comes back to the original place where it was when you were born. And what do you think this does? This awakens in you. And what do you think this does? This awakens in you a sense of responsibility, a sense of service, a sense of duty, hard work, diligence, and just sticking with what you're doing. Or if it's not something that serves your higher purpose, then moving on to something that will serve your higher purpose. Saturn is all about boundaries. It's where we draw our boundaries. It's where life draws boundaries for us. This is Karma Cafe, and you are being served what you deserve. When you have your Saturn activations in your natal chart, every planet that Saturn touches, it awakens inside it a greater purpose of life, a greater way to understand why is life the way it is, why do certain things happen. Saturn gives us wisdom. In the Jungian archetype, Saturn is the archetype of the wise old man. In the Tarot, it is the hermit god. And what do you think this is about? This is about a retreat. So, with your Saturn return, you will probably experience a retreat of some sorts, where the tragedy strikes you and you're forced to retreat within you, or whatever happens, you are going to retreat. Now, Saturn also tells you your career, okay? What kind of a profession you will choose. And if you have your Saturn in Aries, and this is your video, so Saturn is your karma, and in Aries, which is the first sign of the zodiac, your restrictions will come in the form of self-image. You will feel constricted about who you are and how to express yourself. Now, Aries is a trailblazer energy, and I think that if Saturn is well placed, then this gives the Aries native a strong Aries Saturn native a strong grounding effect, because Aries, being at the first sign of the zodiac, is all about fire. It's explosive, it's volatile, it's almost like a trailblazing energy. So Saturn here is like, watch out. Are you sure? Are you definitely gonna go down that path, or is there something better for you, or is this serving your highest goal? So temper can be an issue, or loading other people because you want to do everything by yourself. You're the boss. With Aries, tremendous leadership qualities are present. So ideally, you'd be happy doing something that uh, you can lead. Okay, you can be a narrator, you can be a speech writer, you can be an athlete. Uh, Saturn gives you perseverance to continue and to take your work to the next level. So this is there will definitely be restrictions uh, on what you perceive as beautiful. Okay, because Aries is maybe beauty not in the Libra sense, which is that polarity of Aries, but Aries is very stimulated by visuals. So here Saturn can either constrict the way you express yourself, or the way you perceive beauty, or your understanding of it. In some cases, you mm, might wanna, you might want to carve out your own sense of beauty, of what appeals to you. Now, develop your identity, because that is where your wound will come from, in understanding who are you and what is your purpose. The Saturn is here to tell you that. And you've just been it, and if you have just been feeding the Aries impetuous, tempestuous side, then Saturn is definitely going to teach you a thing or two about going slow. It's not only about who wins the race here, because with Saturn, the karma continues from many lifetimes. So it's not just this lifetime you're dealing with, okay? That's why Saturn is also known as the Grim Reaper, the Karma Bearer. And in Aries, always remember that in astrology, the sign is how you respond to a particular planet. A person is the sign, the house, of course, and the planets transiting is affect us with that energy. So here, this Aries individual with the Saturn placement will definitely do good to take a more selfless approach, because selfishness can be a huge part of this energy. With Aries, the expression is always about oneself. It's not about others. Expression or assimilation or whatever is going on with the Aries energy, it is concerned predominantly with itself. So how you balance that out and how you make Saturn in Aries work for you, it can be it can be, you can be an athlete, you can be a military person, you definitely have high levels of energy, but you can wear out weight too. Hopefully you've understood how to work with Saturn and get endurance so you can keep at it, because finishing things, you can start a lot of new things. As I said, Aries great at starting new things, initiations, but what about the wrap ups? So Saturn can give you the discipline to wrap things up, to finish up, to complete, and then move on to the next project. Okay, so a project or relationship or whatever. You also have to see what house this is happening in. Okay, in your own natal chart. So that was a bit about Saturn in Aries. Join me for the next segment, Saturn through the 12 signs. Check out my other videos and comment, like, subscribe, share. Visit my website www.dinaries.com.